Hey friends, reflecting about life and the last 18 months, the things that we have seen changed our entire society, our entire structure, our entire movement and ability to go and make a living and go to church, and whether we breathe unobstructed oxygen or not has all changed dramatically. And I look back and I reflect on how we got to this point. And I had an epiphany moment just a few days ago when I was studying the psychology of what has happened. And really, it's all about psychology, because when you look at it from a biochemistry, a biology, infectious disease point of view, nothing really makes any sense at all. Diagnostic tests are completely fraudulent. Case numbers are elevated. Lockdowns have never been done. Masks have never been shown to be effective. Experimental vaccines have never been pushed to this level. This is what has happened when you look at it and you analyze it. And you look at it through the lens of a stage hypnotic expert. That's when I said, that's it. That's exactly what's happened. This has been well orchestrated throughout the entire world. First thing the hypnosis expert said is that you start with fear and disorientation and anxiety in your subjects. So this is what every hypnotist does. Turn off the lights, everything gets black, then it doesn't come on when expected. Unexpected strobe lights come on. There's chaos. The chaos primes people to get into a state of anxiety and fear, and therefore become very vulnerable to manipulation. So he said you can hypnotize people very readily if you just prepare them properly. The other thing is he sent out posters with special lighting and coloring, like red, black, creates kind of fear and anxiety. We've seen all this. The third is that he does rituals. There's certain rituals that you do for people and to get them in a state of fear and keep them in a state of fear. Mass, distance, 2 meters, isolation, lockdown. You can't work. You're gonna kill somebody if you work. These outrageous, preposterous advertising lines. Stay home, save a life. You're gonna kill your grandma if you go out. Terrorizing children. They're gonna somehow be responsible for the death of their grandparent. If they don't wear a mask, or if they leave the house, if they get too close to their friends. And then there's the entire confusion. You ever wondered why there's stages in the fear narrative, stage 1 to stage 5, lockdown, you're gonna ease the lockdown, you're gonna tighten the lockdown. Nobody really knows what's coming, what criteria are being used. Criteria change, they go from cases to vaccination rates. We have mask mandates in the middle of summer in Ontario. Makes absolutely no sense. We have businesses partially locked down in the middle of summer where no viruses could possibly exist. It's a plan. It's a devious plan using hypnotic techniques. And then you wonder, well, why are people not seeing the obvious? Why are people not seeing all the deaths that are occurring from the vaccine? Why are people not seeing that they're telling you that vaccines don't confer immunity and they don't prevent transmission? We're seeing people that are vaccinated getting ill. Why is that all happening, and why can't people see it? They can't see it because they're in a state of hypnosis, a state of a trance. And only when people start to come out of that fear will they start to be able to critically analyze. And you may be listening right now and you may say, you know what, you're a conspiracy theorist, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I have actually seen people that were in that state of fear come out of it. I've seen friends that have had one vaccination and then they realize, wait a minute, like, okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm gonna be safer, but it doesn't make sense now because they're still telling me to wear a mask, they're still telling me to lock down, they're still saying we're not sure when we're gonna. Wait a minute, like, okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm gonna be safer, but it doesn't make sense now because they're still telling me to wear a mask, they're still telling me to lock down, they're still saying we're not sure when we're going to open up definitively. And so people are starting to get it. But it takes a psychological preparation. It takes coming out of the fear, coming out of the hypnosis and the trance in order to understand what's going on. So friends, be encouraged. It is said that we only need about 10% of people to actually see the facts, do the critical appraisal, stay the course, stay calm, live a parallel life, take the mask off, live without fear. Because coronavirus, the last 2 years, if you look at the numbers, has been pretty much identical to influenza A, influenza B, as far as numbers, as far as deaths, as far as impact on hospitals. And so speak the truth, live the truth, and don't fall for the trick and the hypnosis. God bless you.